What is the dumbest thing you've heard someone say about your hobby or profession? If these economists and statisticians are so good at predictions, why aren't they winning the lotto? Local news article comment regarding some work my co-workers had done for the government. People educated in statistics are winning the lottery by not playing it. It's not like we're ever going to run out of oil. The planet will just make more overheard while walking by. I'm a geologist. Took everything I had to keep my mouth shut. As someone with a basic knowledge of the process involved from the one Bill Nye book I've read, that infuriates me. Nothing in particular, but it's always amusing when people assume that because I'm a lawyer I must know every single freaking law, or assume that I'm some sort of magician and can make their problem go away with ease. It wasn't a direct knock to me in particular, but a kid I went to high school with was complaining on Facebook that he couldn't find a job, so I commented on his post and said he should learn a trade, which I did, and he just says I'm too smart for manual labor. You're going to school for HVAC? That's not a real trade. Yeah, cause having heat in your home or workplace isn't important. Could be worse. People think plumbers just run around town with a sewer machine. They're absolutely dying to meet you. I'm a funeral director and embalmer. If I had $1 for every time someone has said this to me, I wouldn't have to work. Respond by saying I'd laugh at that joke, but I'm dead inside. Oh, you're a machinist, so how much will you charge to fix my car? Not a mechanic, but I can make about every part of your car. Men shouldn't be teachers, that's a woman's job. Also, you're only teaching because you want to hook up with students. Hook them up with good education, I'd say. That's amazing. I make mazes for a living, and I hear it every single time someone sees my work for the first time. Every single time. That job sounds mesmerizing. Someone asked what I did for a living once and I said I work in IT. She said you are one of those people. I bet you like math too. Then just walked away. Like, wow, how dare I know how computers work in an age where everything runs on them. You should make me a whatever. The implication being that I should do it for free. I crochet and sure, I'll make you that crap, but you'll be paying a lot for it. I also am sick of getting, why is it so expensive and give me a discount. Not to mention, person will do it for ridiculously low amount. Go buy it from them, then it'll look like crap. Also, you're too young to do that, that's an old lady thing. Not necessarily saying, but when someone assumes that your very well-trained dog was just born that way, not that it happened as a result of years of dedicated training. Profession, IT. Well, you guys just sit in a big fancy office and get paid tons of money to kick your feet up and do nothing all day. Hobby, music. Oh, you play. Insert musical instrument here. My nephew's roommate's uncle's wife's best friend's sister's kid plays guitar. He's 11 and he's getting pretty good. You should let him play with you. You just draw stuff all day? Number. Well, actually yes, but it's not that simple. The life of an erotic furry fan artist is more complex than one would think. I play video games. When my grandma wants to buy me a birthday present, I'm not buying video games. Those are a waste of money. Let me buy you 6 Blu-ray movies instead. Video games are really good value. One Blu-ray or a trip to the movie theater lasts 2 hours and it's $10 plus. One video game for $60, often less if it isn't brand new, can last me 100 plus hours depending on the game. You want to work on rockets? That's stupid, there's still problems on Earth. Spoken in a very superior tone by mostly Uber drivers. Well, you sure seem to be solving a lot of them by driving your taxi. Electrical engineer. Oh, you like wires houses? Sad thing is, I've taken temp electrician work. Pays well, because temp agencies don't know the difference either. It's just words on a page. I'm a graphic designer. I wanted to say, then you do it. B made it work, because that's what I do. Oh god, it's what they say right after, well, we can't pay you, but it will be great for your portfolio. When people find out my mom is the chief of police, it's usually how many people live in your town, 1,000 or so. We have nearly 30,000 people in our city in fact. Crap pisses me off because my mom is a badass. She was the first female auxiliary cop. then the first female full-time office, then first female detective, first female SGT, first female LT, and now the first female chief in my city. My mom has worked her butt off to advocate for women in law enforcement. People just need to get over whatever's bothering them. I'm a therapist. Doesn't really work that way, especially for those clients with a SME. I literally had an argument with someone over this. They went from saying they didn't believe in depression to saying they've had depression and if they can get over it then so can everyone else. SMH. It doesn't work like that. I'm a baker, and I play a lot of games. I once got into this conversation with a guy on Rust about food and naturally it came up I'm a baker. I was also in the middle of proving a loaf of bread. He asked me what I'm making. Me. I'm actually proofing a loaf of bread right now. Him. You mean poofing? It's okay. A lot of women typo. Me. Right? Removes idiot from Steam. Anyone who tells you how to do your own job deserves a kick in the groin. It's exhausting. I work on cars. A few of my favorites. But you have to let your engine warm up for 20 minutes. No, this isn't 1920. Modern engines using modern motor oil should idle for about 30 seconds, if that. After startup, my mechanic keeps trying to sell me services I don't need. No, the transmission flush they suggested at 70k miles is probably because it should have been done at 50k on your car and it's already overdue. Insert country here. Cars are better. I won't touch an. Insert country here. Car. Define better. Of course when you replace your 10-year-old Funkmobile with a Shinnerbox. The Shinnerbox is better. It doesn't have 10 years of wear and tear, and has 10 years more R&D to have better widgets. How about comparing a new Shinnerbox to a new Funkmobile? They're closer than you think. And, generally, the car you're buying probably wasn't built in the country from which the brand originated. Well, my 2001 Subaru lasted more miles than my 2008 Chevy before they needed a new engine. 2007 typo on iPhone. Only doing this because someone had to throw a nitpick fit about slander. Allow me to speak for my husband. Complete stranger. What does your husband do for a living? Me. He is a stay-at-home dad. CS. Oh. Is he at least looking for a job? Me. I twitches. All you do is push buttons. There's no art in that. This isn't music. Where are the real instruments that I shouldn't have to pay you for this video? I'm not happy with my performance and wouldn't post it anyway. Audio-visual engineer and music producer. Yes sir. My fee for pressing the button is 35 cents. My fee for knowing which buttons to press, and in what order, that's $299.65. Women have no business around guns. A man. Talking to me. A woman. Running the gun store. You're a teacher? So like, you get paid to play with kids all day, and you get the summer off. That's like the easiest gig in the world. Doctors, PAs, nurse practitioners just prescribe you pills to make more money off of you. If there's some big program that all clinicians are part of to siphon money from patients via prescriptions, I certainly haven't been clued into it. Maybe I'm not cool enough. I can't do yoga. I'm not flexible. How do you suppose we fix that? I will do anything to lose weight, except diet and exercise. Automatically assume I'd love to come over to their house and fix their computer on my free time for nothing, because I do it for a living. I used to get that a lot. I started responding with my rates. $400 hour. 4 hour minimum. If they still need help and agree, I'll usually give them a discount. I also started doing trade. You change my oil or brakes and I'll do some work for you. But that's reserved for friends. Me. I'm a PR, public info officer. Them. So you write propaganda? My partner. I'm in IT. Them. Oh, you're a coder. My dad. I work for NASA. Them. You're an astronaut? Underwater photographer. I just had an argument with someone who thought that modern digital photography was cheating, and that the art was lost when we moved away from film. This is common, and usually uttered by someone who has never been on an intensive shoot before. Librarian. I would love to get paid to read all day. Yeah, so would I. That's not what we do. Think working retail, and you're much more on target. I'm a paramedic. I saw someone post once that we did not deserve discounts for a meal at a local restaurant, but cops and firefighters do. Their rationale was that an ambulance ride cost over 1k and so we shouldn't get discounts because we charge so much. Somehow this person thought that we received 100% of the bill revenue. Number. I don't set the price. And no, I don't get a bonus or excellent pay. EMS is the lowest paid of all emergency services. And just like there are many volunteer firefighters, they work alongside of volunteer EMS members. A guy I know joined the military and proceeded to complain about having to take orders from people. I don't like dealing with authority figures. Oh, so you just read books all day? Are you actually doing this all day? And the number one, are you actually getting paid for this? I work at the public library. No, we do not just read books all day. No, we don't close during holidays. Since, you know, we aren't teachers. Yes, I'm a normal employee of the city. And yes, we're doing this full time. So we're actually working when the library is closed as well. Social workers are so unnecessary. Only fat chicks become social workers. All social workers have daddy issues. Those who can, do. Those who can't, teach. Me explaining my PhD project in non-invasive brain stimulation and changes in functional connectivity of the brain. Trying to help society. That just sounds so boring. I don't see how anyone could ever do that. Research. Why would you ever want to do that? You like playing video games? Oh, uttered by a huge amount of adults to me over the course of my life, and it especially irritates me when I find out that they do crap like binge watching 4 seasons of Breaking Bad or The Walking Dead in 2 weeks. It's just a form of entertainment, people. It's because people grew up thinking games are for kids. When we get into the old folks' home, it's going to be awesome. Mario Kart winner gets the applesauce. Oh, you're an IT technician? Can you hack my Facebook? No, I can't, but I will allow you to use my computer to log in where I know you will select remember password and also not log out. I sometimes get so you probably know how to browse P without getting viruses frick off. Why are you so out of breath? All you do is sit on your butt and twist your wrist. The bike does all the work. I race motocross. It's pretty much trying to deadlift 50 pounds of bike around loose corners and across jumps. I love reading. I carry a book everywhere I go. One day my Christian friend told me I'd love to read too, but I wouldn't want to become one of those people who reads a lot but never has time to read the Bible. This manages to be both incredibly stupid and weirdly passive aggressive. I think you win. Oh, how you're in the share force. When I'm not tearing apart entire trailers and rebuilding them from the ground up using some very cancerously questionable materials. I'm also working with 2,000 pound bombs made to penetrate 15 stories underground and light the air on fire. I'm in the Air Force as well. All of my family, dad, grandpa, cousins, uncles, were Navy Marine. I never hear the end of it. I don't understand the appeal of sleeping outside in a tent and on a sleeping pad. Yeah, that's not the appeal. I'd love to sleep on a real mattress, but that doesn't work. The appeal is I go to sleep and wake up somewhere amazing instead of a crowded car campground or in a hotel. The camping part is simply a means to the end. Also, cowboy camping, not sleeping in your shelter, is amazing. That and how fearful people of wildlife. Black bears and mountain lions really aren't a threat. You should be more worried about mice, squirrels, chipmunks, marmots, etc. I once made the mistake of asking my landlady's daughter what style of tango she danced. She got pee off and said she just danced regular tango. I should have dropped it, but instead I pointed out that there are 3 main styles of tango, and none is more common than any other in our area. She asked me what do I know about tango, and I pointed out that I'm a competitive ballroom dancer. To which she responded, I don't dance ballroom, I dance tango. Like LMAO, okay, my bad. I enjoy rock climbing and someone asked if I had a death wish. Sure, rock climbing is a dangerous sport but I have a higher risk of dying on the freeway from a terrible driver rather than the sport. I have a fine arts degree. I have met people who assume you can only do that when the inspiration hits, and also that practicing doesn't get you anywhere. Because doing art is just about talent. Not quite the same but similar, and I'm P about it. So, backstory. My older brother and twin sister are both going into the medical fields. Okay, me. I'm going to school for video game design. Them. Not something smart like your siblings? That's a waste. Where did your parents go wrong with you? Yes. Going into the multi-billion industry that is becoming increasingly relevant is not smart. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.